some accordion repair. I just got this beautiful Rivoli accordion. It sounds absolutely incredible. It's in beautiful shape. But one of those buttons is stuck. So let's open it up. First, I'm going to put these straps down and make sure it's sealed. And let's open it up. I really hate doing this, but I am going to take the strap off for the bass side, just because people say it's easier. But every time I open up an accordion, I feel like it takes me so much longer to get the strap back in. And that is the longest part of the procedure. There we go. Looks like the only screws are on the feet, so 2 there and then 2 here. Obviously this one was replaced. We'll get a screwdriver and we'll pop those off. So, can you see the problem? That's the button that's down. That's part of the bass mechanism that's permanently depressed. You see when I push other buttons, the other part moves. But this one just doesn't want to come out. So, I think I'm just going to straighten that out a little bit with like a screwdriver. Or, yeah, you can see that it's at an angle. I guess I would use pliers for this. I am not an expert, but I've done this before. I'm a little afraid to do it to someone else's accordion, but I think it'll help it out. I think it'll make it better. And then the other thing that I would maybe do if it's still a problem is I have this little round file. This is the only round file I have for some reason, but I would potentially try to file down the hole where the button sits, but I'm not going to do that if I don't have to. So let's see what I can do. Go. It's much snappier now. I found a couple others that were at a bit of an angle. Just to show you what I did, I took the pliers with one hand and I just sort of grabbed it and like twisted it, and then with my hand basically I took the button and just sort of angled it more towards the direction all the other buttons were facing. I am very grateful that the like 3 or 4 buttons that I wanted to straighten were all on the top or the bottom 2 rows, the 7 and diminished chords. And that meant I didn't have to disassemble it any further. So look at this. Look at this. They all come back up. I'm skipping some because I'm playing it with my right thumb like a weirdo. I'll point out one more thing. I love that the air button has a little spring on it that keeps it upright so that when you put the cover back on, you don't have to like finagle it to get through the air button hole. It's so much easier. Shout out to Rivoli. Before I seal this up, this is going out to a friend of mine in a couple days. I'm gonna keep it playable just for a couple more days to see if anything else arises. I have a feeling this accordion wasn't played very often, even though it's in absolutely beautiful shape. But one thing I learned very early, when I was like 14, I got an accordion on eBay with 120 bass, and whoever shipped it, I mean, it was just someone found it in their attic and sold it to a child on the internet in 2005 for $100. And like, of course they didn't know this, because how would you know this? But when they shipped it, the whole bass mechanism sort of collapsed, and I didn't know how to fix it at the time, so I went to a shop to have a guy, Walter Kurl, at Main Squeeze, who sadly passed away in 2015. He basically did what I did for really cheap too, but to all 120 as necessary. And he told me, the next time you ship an accordion, come see me and I'll show you how to seal it up so that the bass mechanism doesn't collapse on itself during shipping and you don't have these problems. And the way to do it is you take some cardboard or something. I'm just going to demonstrate. I have this mallet from a xylophone. You take something firm and you lock it in so that these little hooks don't come down and the buttons can't be pressed. I believe he does it with corrugated cardboard. So I'm going to get some of that, and I'm going to pack it up nice in a box, and then we're going to ship it out. That's the accordion. Let's put it back together and make sure it's playing like I want it to be. Amazing. That's the only song I can think of that uses a diminished chord in the left hand. What else could I do? I'm out of practice. That's one of my songs. I play it on a xylophone anyway. Thanks for watching a thing.